Hello, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's super powerful session where we dive into the incredible story of ONPASSIVE's coming back. Today, we stand at the edge of a new chapter that we embrace the boundless potential ahead. ONPASSIVE's comeback is a revival of our collective dreams, aspirations, and the profound impact we are set to create. Let's move forward together with renewed energy and purpose. Because of our amazing CEO's persistence and resilience, and because of his commitment with integrity, we are back. This is resurrection of purpose. This is regaining momentum. This is revival of a moment that brings hope. This is revolutionary to disruptive old-fashioned business where we all are going to be uplifted. This is our unity. This is business of inclusiveness. Let's celebrate ONPASSIVE coming back. We are blessed today with having so many of you precious affiliates as well as wonderful leaders to celebrate with us. We're going to start with Mike Ellis, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manu. I was waiting for Bob to talk. Usually he comes in, says a few words, and then I'm thrown into the into the swamp. Yeah, I've got a few things to share with everybody today. Obviously, most of the people heard what Ash had to say just a day or so ago. Very, very powerful stuff. And I think it's always a good idea if you can understand the business of ONPASSIVE. And ONPASSIVE is a business. It is your business. And then the more you can understand what Mr. Mufar is doing and the impact it's going to have on your life, the more excited you can be about what's happening right now. So today, I do want to talk about money. Everybody loves to talk about money, and I want to talk about wealth. And when you start to think about wealth, wealth is something that has to be created, okay? It doesn't come out of thin air. It has to come into the existence through commerce, through trading, through selling. And when you think about creating wealth, you have to do those things. There has to be commerce there. And when you think about commerce, trade, selling, it truly is a marvelous thing if you understand what it does, and if you understand that really each and every one of us, we do this every single day. And when I think about commerce in its purest form, and this is, and I heard this concept this week, and I just absolutely loved it. I'm going to give you my best, and I want you to give me your best, okay? And that is commerce, that is trading, that is selling at its purest form, honest, clean, and ethical. Everybody coming to the table, open, understanding what one is going to do for the other. And that happens every day. And I'll give you a little example of how that works. Let's say you want someone to come in and take care of your yard. And you bring them in and you hire them. You expect the very best from them. You expect the best that they can do for the money that you're going to pay them. And that money is your treasure. That is the fruit of your labor that you're using for that particular service. And it's just inherently understood. You're going to give me your best. I'm going to give you my best. And when you can approach commerce, when you can approach trading and selling in that vein, all of a sudden it becomes very, very noble. It's a really, really good thing to do. And this is the only way wealth can be created. Now, you can go to work for somebody and you can work for 30, 40, 50 years, And that's an honorable thing too, but it's not going to build wealth for you. You're going to build wealth for them. In order to build wealth for you, you have to create. Okay. And when I start to think about ONPASSIVE, when I start to think about the commerce that they're going to be doing, when I start to think about what they are creating, I start to think about Mr. Mufara. And when I first came into ONPASSIVE, the agreement, and it was unspoken. This was not spoken between Ash and I, but the agreement was, okay, Ash, I'm going to come in. I'm going to give you my best. And I expect your best in return. And as I think back over the last 5.5 years, it's really almost funny because I look at Mr. Mufara and his best, and it just far exceeds anything I could even comprehend. And then I think about myself coming in and discreetly telling Mr. Mufara, I'm going to give you my best. And my best, it wasn't very good at the time. And I can tell you that. And Marty and Dan will attest to that. It just wasn't that good. But over the growth of that period, my best got better. And I didn't think Ash could get any better, but I was wrong. I'm still so far behind where his best is, and his best continues to improve and improve and improve. And when you think about yourself coming into ONPASSIVE, what does Mr. Mufara want from you? He doesn't want your money. But that's not what this is about. Mr. Mufara, he wants your best. He knows that you expect his best, and he's committed. And I forget what he says, live or die, or whatever that term is. And we don't want him to die, by the way. But his best just continues to get better and better and better and better. And if you've been listening to Mr. Mufara over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, you understand, yeah, we had a little snafu. Who cares? I don't care. What he's brought us through, where he's brought us, if you understand ONPASSIVE today, the talent that he has, and that he has taken ONPASSIVE exponentially higher than it would have ever been with the old system. If you understand that, all of a sudden you understand that ONPASSIVE is getting better and better and better. Where else do you want to be? Okay. But there is a caveat there. As you come into ONPASSIVE, and I don't care if you've been in 5.5 years, I don't care if you've been in a year, I don't care if you're going to be coming in as ONPASSIVE comes back up for the relaunch, and you come in and join ONPASSIVE. I don't care when that period is. As you come back in, Mr. Mufara expects your best. And whatever you're thinking right now, you're better than that. And I'll give you a couple examples. I've been on ONPASSIVE 5.5 years. I've seen people come in that could barely put a sentence together, literally. They would get on video and start to stammer. And this is when they're not on video, when they're just talking one-on-one, they are so marvelously articulate and good. I mean, they can express things, and I'm going, holy man, this person, she or he is 5 times smarter than I am. And they get on a video and it's about, they just stammer and say, I've seen that. And over time, they've gotten better and better and better. And because of that, that's why the community of ONPASSIVE is so tight knit. That's why that's why we care so much about one another. Not only the people that come in to the webinars, but those people, those affiliates that are in ONPASSIVE. Your job in ONPASSIVE right now is to start thinking about who you are and understanding you are better than you think you are. And Marty says this all the time. He tells people, you need to get over that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you you're no good, you'll never be anything. That little voice just needs to be kicked out of there. You are better than you think you are. And as I think about ONPASSIVE and people coming into ONPASSIVE, their initial reaction is when they hear that Mr. Mufara wants you to get better, they're going, well, you know, I'm coming into ONPASSIVE. I really don't have anything to bring. I'm not that good. Why would you even want me in ONPASSIVE? And that's just what goes through their head. But you have to understand, when you come into ONPASSIVE, you come in with your treasure. As ONPASSIVE relaunches and everything starts to flow, and we can come in and buy products, you're coming in with your treasure. You're coming in with the fruits of your labor, and you will be buying the products of ONPASSIVE. Why? If you're a customer, it's terrific. It's because it's going to make your digital transformation better. It's going to make you better online. It's going to make you more efficient with the things you do online. If you're an affiliate, you're coming in, you're buying the products to put them on your shelf. And people will say, well, yeah, I'm doing that, but ONPASSIVE is doing 90% of the work. I'm going, yeah, you're right. ONPASSIVE is doing 90% of the work. So what do you do? As you think about becoming better, understand ONPASSIVE is a business. ONPASSIVE is your business, and it's your responsibility. And this is what Mr. Mufara wants from you. He wants you to get better. He wants you to understand what your business is. He wants you to understand the products of ONPASSIVE. He wants you to understand the structure of ONPASSIVE as he comes out and explains it. And when you start to understand everything that's going on, it takes you to different levels. It takes you to different places. And I don't know where your talents will lead you, but I do know you have talents. And as those talents start to really start to spread their wings and flourish, all of a sudden, you're going to have a role in ONPASSIVE that nobody else has and nobody else can bring to the table. And I know when you hear that, you're going, well, that's not true. I'm just not that good. There are so many more people that can do it better than I can. Not that one thing, not that one talent. And that talent will come out, and it can be very, very small. It doesn't have to be something spectacularly big to make a difference within ONPASSIVE. And in the end, that's where Mr. Mufara wants all of us to go. He wants us to get to that place. Yeah, the money's going to come in. The commerce is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Superior products at a lower price point. People will flock in by the billions, I think. I'll say hundreds of millions just to keep it level. They will flock in, and because of that, individuals will land in your organization. You will make a commission. The money's going to come in. But Mr. Mufara, he's a really, really funny dog. He really is. He doesn't think about the money. He doesn't. He thinks about you. I don't know any other CEO out there that thinks about the individuals that are coming in and participating with the company. They just don't do it. They're glad you're here because they're going to make a profit off of what you do. That's not Mr. Mufara. He wants you to come in. Yeah, he wants you to take care of that bottom line. He wants you to get to the place where you're forced to be successful. And then he wants you to grow. He wants you to become better. To me, that's what ONPASSIVE is. That is what commerce is. I give you the best I have, and you give me the best that you have. And Mr. Mufara, he doesn't care if your best isn't even close to his. He doesn't care. If you're giving him his best, he'll use that in ways you can't even imagine to do the things that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing around the world. This is really, really cool stuff. So when you start to understand ONPASSIVE, when you start to understand the business of ONPASSIVE, when you start to understand Ash Mufara and the commerce that we're going to be doing very, very quickly, a very, very noble phrase: commerce, trade, sell, done honest, clean, and ethically. I don't want to be anyplace else. And I know most of the people that listen, you don't want to be anyplace else because your life is going to change. And Mr. Mufara, he's going to bring out the best. He really is. And you will get better. I'll turn it back over to you, Minnow. That's just kind of what's been on my mind the last week or so.
Great, wonderful. Thank you, Mike. Don't go anywhere. We're not done with you. How about we go to Dan? Dan, would you speak to ONPASSIVE is coming back and getting started, and to align our determination and mindset and preparation, if you speak to that as well. Thank you.
Sure. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for having me, Manu, and hi, Jeane. Yeah, I like what Mike was saying. You know, a lot of people out there don't know what their niche is. You know, they might think, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. But, you know, what's really cool about ONPASSIVE is that we are going to be provided with so many tools, and a lot of them we don't even know about yet. And you're going to be able to find something that you really like, and you'll find your niche, and you'll be successful because of the tools that ONPASSIVE will provide for us. Now, yeah, I've been thinking about this too since yesterday. I mean, Ash surprised us yesterday with his guest appearance on Marty and Chris Live, and he just continues to impress us with exciting news. And all of the messages lately from Ash have been about progress, not delays, but progress, not obstacles or challenges, but progress. And we all heard Ash about a month ago telling us that we have these obstacles, but we will continue to battle. And with the news that he's been giving us lately in the news, especially yesterday, it tells me that he's won the battle and we're coming back and it's going to be better than ever. I mean, that's what he told us. And we have to make the decision. We have to make the choice whether we believe that or not. And I can tell you with all my heart and soul that I do believe that. Now, he also said yesterday, that we are making great progress, and he felt pumped to share the news with us. And, when you look at Ash, I mean, he was pumped. I believe it. I could feel his excitement. He was pumped. And the interesting thing about it, he was so pumped, but at the same time, he couldn't tell us everything. So he was holding back because legally and the way he's planned this amazing rollout, he can't tell us everything. And I believe also that this company has been working tirelessly to get this company back up and running. And I believe that with all my heart. So we all share that belief in Ash Mufareh, and it progressively, with Ash Mufareh, our belief in him tends to get stronger, progressively stronger every day. I'm just feeling that. I believe in what Ash is telling us and his passion and his desire and his vision. I believe that more today than I ever have, because he's so passionate about it and he's so confident and he's content. He's content too that this is the way, this is the path. So the bottom line is we're coming back, we're opening the doors, and he's going to give us the next steps. And that next phase is going to be more secure, more protected, and exactly the way it's supposed to be. So we get excited, but to be honest with you, I can't understand the scope of where we're supposed to be. He knows it. He knows exactly where we're supposed to be, but we can only speculate because we don't know everything. I can't, my little pea brain tries to think, where are we supposed to be? But when I don't know a fraction of all the new products that he has coming out, some that we haven't even heard of, all I can do is use my imagination. So we have to keep in mind that this comeback is with an entirely new team that's not only light years ahead intellectually, but also in character and integrity than what we've had in the past. So we can all speculate how massive this vision is, but and it's fun. It's fun to speculate. I mean, I talk to Mike pretty much every day or every other day, and we sit around, kick things around, and kind of speculate on what we think is going to happen, but we don't know. We don't know all the details. All we know is that we are to continue to have faith and trust in this journey, because it's getting more and more exciting every day. Especially when he talked about the fact that he recovered the source code and the data. And I don't think we all, at least I didn't realize, the tech pros do, how huge that is, how unbelievable that is. And when he said, we have the ability with that to build new infrastructure anywhere, anytime, any place, and how, just how fascinating that's going to be. So everybody keep the faith. He says it's on time as predicted, and he has access to another really cool thing that we got to keep in mind and remember, that he has access 24 hours a day to, he has his link and he has access to everything that's going on in real time. And that is huge. So we're going to reopen the ecosystem. We're going to get our profiles. We're going to get our teams. We're going to get the wallets. And, it's going to come out in the order that he says it's going to come out, and it's not going to be all at once. And we shouldn't worry, we just shouldn't worry about the mechanics or even attempt to contact support, because you aren't going to be able to, or accessing any links because they aren't going to be there. So just pay attention to the updates and just relax, take it easy, follow every step of the way, and have faith in the company. And that's all I have for tonight. But, I just want everybody to be very, very positive and just keep the faith in Ash Mufareh, because he's getting better every day.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. So Bob Takusi, if you hear everybody's story on the Shine the Light platform of all kinds of under all kinds of names and leaders, one thing that we keep hearing that people have noticed transformational changes at individual level, at community, and they're hoping that this is going to go worldwide. Also, looking at ONPASSIVE coming back, it's like a redemption, using those skepticals as stepping stones and coming back even better and stronger. Also, we're hoping this is to do technology and humanity to come in alignment for a better, brighter future. If you speak to those points, please. Thank you, Dan.
Hello, everyone. This is your brother Bob from BLM, Maryland. It's good to be here. I am fired up. I'm fired up. I'm fired up and ready to go. The comeback, the great comeback. It is a comeback because I believe coming back from a potential colossal disaster. Most companies, I would say maybe about 90% of the companies out there, they will not survive what we went through. They would not survive. Mindful that this was, as we now know, this was an inside job. We had what we call an insider threat. It's something that the problem was from within. The problem why we find ourselves in the predicament that we did was from within. And that is every company's worst nightmare. Because you have people who are working within with bad faith. There is no tool, there is no software, no system that you can detect such a thing. So it happens to you and it takes you aback and it can destroy your entire organization. But we stand today at this juncture celebrating the comeback because of one man, our founder, Mr. Ash, because he has a steady hand. Remember, he's focused, he's steady, and he's prepared. Yeah, he does not only have a steady hand, but he's always been prepared. Remember, he has always told us, have plan A, plan B, plan C. So like Mino said, let me take it slightly technical today, because for us to understand why it is a comeback, where are we coming back from? And how did we get to the comeback point? What happened? You know? So that we understand the massive task that has been taken before we get here. Mr. Ash told us last week or a couple of weeks ago that we have recovered our source code, like Dan said, and we have recovered our data. Those are the two primary things, and anything else can come in any order. It doesn't matter. But once you recover that source code and your data, it doesn't end. The work begins from there. The work starts from there for him to come back and declare that we are now in the comeback stage. Remember, it was not a jolly turnover where everything happened as it was supposed to happen. We don't know what our landmines have been left behind by the bad guys. So they have to go back and revisit this code. Millions and millions of lines of code has to be checked. So they have to do what we call static and dynamic analysis of the code. They look at every single line to make sure the security is intact. They scan the entire system, they scan the code, they do vulnerability scanning to make sure this code has not been tampered with. You know, test the system. I'm sure my brother Collins can attest to that. Everything that has been done up to the point of June 24, they have to go back and retest, do regression testing upon testing or testing to make sure the system is operating as it was supposed to be and producing the exact result that it used to produce before June 24th when it went down. That is the amount of work that has been put to bear before our founder, Mr. Ash, is coming to say that we are coming back or that we have recovered the business. But it still does not end there, because mindful of what has happened and with the new experts that we have, they now have to come now and look at the system again from another perspective. Is our business processes, are they aligned with our security and compliance requirements? Remember, ONPASSIVE is a global company and there are global regulations that she has to comply with. So these experts, they have to look at all that, make sure everything is in line before giving Mr. Ash the go ahead to say we are ready to go. They have to identify the risks and potential risks, but not only identify, also implement or make sure there are security controls there. The data is protected. Data protection is key without impacting user experience. So to make sure people have the appropriate access right that they have without impacting their user experience of the system, as the system is complex. So all these things have taken place. That's massive work in a short period of time that has been done. And then our founder comes out now and says, we are coming back. The great comeback. Like Dan said, he says it's going to be the system is going to be much better, much more secure and protected and much bigger. It's true. But he said something that I wrote down. He said, the bottom line is, we are coming back. We are reopening our doors. We're going to take you to the next step, to the next steps. A comeback phase that will thrill you. He said, Ash, by himself, that he's responsible for it. That he's going to be responsible for making sure this comeback is so effective such that it thrills us, it excites us, all of us, every single founder. You have a good and what I would call an exhilarating experience in the process. You know? So when we reopen the doors, like Mr. Dan said, there are a few steps. When you log in, don't think that you're not going to look for a profile. You see a profile, that's fine. Don't expect much. Do not ask much questions. It's a transitional process, you know. You come in, give us the next steps. We'll see one thing today, maybe the next day we'll see our user profile, the next day we'll see our team, the next day we'll see our wallet, maybe in that order, in any order. So let's not panic, you know. But I was very, very, very impressed, you all, when Mr. Ash made this audacious statement towards the end of the meeting with Marty and Chris. He made what I call an audacious projection. He said within the next 2 to 4 years, this planet is going to have more prosperity. That's a man who is rolling out a company that's yet to be birthed. But his projection, he's projecting with absolute confidence that within the next 2 to 4 years, the planet is going to be better. There's going to be much more access to health and healthy lifestyles. That's what Ash is coming to the world and proposing as he as he opens the door to bring forth our business. He says that there's a new era of better health and education. Gone are the days of corruption and greed. It is his pledge that he's pledging to us, to everyone. And he ends it by telling us that he has the details. He has the blueprint and he has a roadmap. I want to be a friend to this man. I want to be a brother to this man. I want to be someone close to this man who has this tenacity, this endurance. It is worthy of celebration. It's worthy of celebration, my friends. Let us just wait for the next few days. And I'm sure the next few days are very pregnant. I believe from tomorrow, or maybe later tonight, from tomorrow moving forward, Sunday, we're going to see when you go to ONPASSIVE.com, you're going to land at the login page. Once you see that, log in, play around, and expect more things to come. That's what I have to say, Mino.
Beautiful, amazing. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Oliver, you always like to let us know that we're fine, right? We are gaining momentum, Oliver. ONPASSIVE thrives on visionary leadership, seeing possibilities where others see limitation. ONPASSIVE coming back is a testament to this, right? Seeing possibilities where, as Ash said, if it was any other company, would be wiped off from the face of the map. So Oliver, what do you have to say on ONPASSIVE is coming back? Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, hi everybody, and I want to say hi to everybody wherever you are, morning, evening, afternoon. I'm like my brother Bob said, I'm super fired up because with what I heard on Thursday from our CEO put me in that position that makes me, I talk now with some authority, and I have an inner peace in me and an inner happiness in me that the journey, we went through that process, the journey, and we were just focused, and that focus that make us to have our dreams, our beliefs, that whenever I come out and I said we are fine, is because it's like I was seeing things ahead. But not only that, but being in the field, whenever he comes and talk, I analyze him and I go back, I'll tie them with what he said before in the past and try to analyze things and seeing what he's trying to say, that I knew that is going to take more than 10 years, but you know, we will be fine no matter what, because when he always comes out and said it is going to be, it's a done deal, I knew at that point that we are in a better position and we are going to be fine. And looking to the other tech companies, how long it took them to come to realization, to come to the market, we are still far more better. We are going to get into the market, you know, faster than when those other companies went into the market. Some of them, it took them 20 years. Go and check. It took some of those companies 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. We are less than 10 years. And with what has happened to us, the challenges that we had, that we don't even know that he will come and tell us, and we are still less than 10 years. We are fine. And when I say we are fine, and look at our coming back, and when he comes and makes statements, when he comes and make those statements, are you also ready? Like Mike Ojongtambia always say, are you ready also? Where are you? Where is your position now that you are waiting? We should also know that it's a subscription-based business, and it's based on sales. And he has guaranteed us, based on what he told us, that the IT engineers that are working now for us or for the company, they are super experts. And we can tell, because each time he comes, he said he will make us understand that they were supposed to perform this task on this day, but he will come and say that they deliver one day early. So we should have that positive mindset now, as from now, that we know that we are now is the greatest comeback, that we are coming back now. We should involve, get ourselves together with people with positive mindsets. Associate yourself. Please don't associate yourself because this person brought you in. You want to go and tie yourself with this person that you don't, and that this person will not make you to realize your business. This is your business. I keep saying it every day. This is your business. The 2%, Mr. Ash is going to give us the 98%. He's working hard day and night, sleepless night. He's not going to enjoy his family working for us. That 98%. But that 2%, if you are not focused, you will not get it. Mike Ellis said to us some days back, and he keep mentioning it all the time, we are in the playing field. It is you that is going to determine how much you want to make. And is that 2%? How are you going to go about that 2%? Is you. Be engaged, be involved. The OES is coming, yes. When the OES come, what next? It is your plate, it is my plate, it is our place to make sure that every day we go in 2-3 times a day to go to our marketplace, go and check. We don't know how OES is going to look like now, but we know where it comes out. It is our responsibility to go in there all the time, 2-3 times a day, go to the marketplace, see what product is there, buy it. If it's stolen, buy it. You have to leverage this business to your own business to make sure that you make, as it's that level field. If you decide that you want to make how much, $500, $100, $300, it's on you. And it's because your positive mindset will put you on that position. Your positive mindset will make you to associate yourself with people who are involved. People who you learn when you people talk with Bob, talk with Collins, talk with others. We learn from each other every day. These are the people that you are supposed to get yourself involved. So you should know your business. You should know your business. Let me also go into the health. As much as we want to make it, as much as we want to follow our dreams, please, we should take care of our health. We should make sure that we are healthy. Go to the hospital, see your PCP, your primary care physician, do your physicals, do your lab work, so that we should be healthy to be able to deliver to our community. Please, we should take care of our health. It's very, very important. It is very, very important. Thank you. It is very, very important for us to take care of our health. Be active. Now is the time for us to be active. More than that 3,000% that our CEO said that he is confident that we are coming back big 3,000%. We should also be more than that 3,000% active. Ask questions. If you don't know anything, ask questions. Because now we are coming back, not only coming back, but we have coming back that we are going to have multiple streams of income. We have that time freedom, money that you don't, it's you to decide what you want to do. Why should you take care of your health? Today, I'll talk more about health, our health, because it's very important. Because when we are healthy, we can take care of our community. When we are healthy, we should make sure that we have the time to go to gym. Like my brother Bobby go to gym twice a day. I don't know how he goes to gym, he'll come down, hey boy, we should go to the gym. Go, I will plan and say, yes, we'll go, but I don't go. I also, for one, I have to. Because Bob will call me, I will say, yes, okay, after work. But after work, 5 p.m., I'm back, I'm tired, I can't. But is it now how we're going to have that time that we will be able to? The company is coming back, the OES is coming back. Now is that we are transiting to something big, better than ever before. And the CEO make us to understand that we are going to be where we were supposed to be some years back. This has to place some bell in your ear for us to understand where we are going. And we should celebrate every blessed moment in our life. We should celebrate every blessed moment that he came out. He came out on that Thursday. I like to drink my cognac. but because I had toothache, I'm taking antibiotic. I would have drank a bottle. We should celebrate and be happy. You know, when you are happy, your lifespan is also getting longer. Be happy with any good thing that comes out our way. We should celebrate. We should celebrate. It's also keeping our heart, our soul happy and healthy. Please, please. You know, we cannot only work. We are not happy. We don't celebrate. You know, we have multiple streams of income. How are we going to get there? It's on us. It is on us. You know, to take off our community. So please, I would say now is the time that we are celebrating and is a comeback. We should be more focused. We should be more active. We should be more engaged, more involved. Associate yourself with positive people. You know, and when we are involved, we are more focused, we will be fine forever, and our community is going to enjoy us. Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you so much. So, Collins, we want you to come and do your magic. Persistence usually paves the way for every milestone, right? That reminds us to never give up, right? ONPASSIVE is constantly reinventing itself, adapting to changes depending on the time. And that creates a momentum to create lasting impact and to create sustainable solutions. We want you to set the stage on fire as usual, Collins. Thank you.
Thank you, Mido. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. It's really great to be here. It's almost 3 o'clock, but I'm loving it. I'm here because I'm also fired up like my brother, Oliver and Bob. It's great. One of the things I said, which really, every time I think about it, is it's about, what did he say? He said, we are now where we're supposed to be 2 years ago. We are now where we were supposed to be 2 years ago. That is a massive statement. Means all the time that they've been building this software, he has never been satisfied. That's true. He's never been satisfied with what he has been seeing. Though we are all celebrating, wow, OConnect, wow, but a CEO who is never satisfied because he knows what he wants. You know, and one of the things is about taking complex, you know, design and make it very simple. Sometimes a lot of people think is unthinkable and something that cannot be achieved. But what is going on now, it means they are achieving it and the CEO is pleased about what he is saying. And that's why he is coming out telling us, I am really pleased with what I see. They are really blowing my mind. You know, that is really great for us to hear our CEO, you know, being happy of what, you know, that he is realizing his dream. You think about ONPASSIVE, 2018, this man has a dream of creating one of the best solutions mankind have ever seen. But when you go every time, it's like you hit rock bottom and you have to try to see how you can overcome that hurdle and then move on again, because he said, no, I have the design and I know what I want to achieve. I'll rather change people rather than changing my plan. I'll rather change engineer rather than changing my plan. I know it is achievable. Sometimes maybe we can sit back like me. I will sit back and I said, is this something that is far-fetched, or is Mr. Ash asking too much of the design, or is it something that cannot be achievable? But when you believe in something so much, I always believe that God gives you the desire and the eyes to see where you want to go. And that's exactly what happened with Ash. because he never give up. He always persists in what he wants to achieve because he knows the bigger picture. We are just seeing something tiny. You know, I remember when the second O Connect came out, you know, everyone was celebrating. Even I remember Marty called and said, "Oh, Ash, we are here." But our CEO didn't show up. You know, not because he wasn't happy with what you've seen. He said, just wait until you see the second video conferencing. Then you will tell me if I'm really crazy or I'm a madman. So, you know, what his expectation is really high. You know, when you set the bar so high, you want to achieve it. You know, and that's exactly what Mr. Ashmofa is doing. For these past 3 weeks, we can see the happiness, the joy. It means all what he is looking for is coming to fruition, which is really great. Because there's a saying, if you prepare your own food and you can't eat it, there is no way you can give it to your guests. You must be happy with what you have. And that's exactly what we are seeing with Mr. Ash. When he comes out, he is so happy, he's so fired up. And he said, this is where we're supposed to be. This is the place we're supposed to be. 2 years ago, we're supposed to eat this. How comes these guys are making that mark, you know, making the solution so nice where the whole world will see it and say, wow, this is it. But it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of patience, you know. And there are times that just that if you are out, sometimes I know founders, they'll say, oh, why is it not coming now? Why is it? Until you are in that particular place in time, just ask yourself, all of us have jobs different. Nobody can say when you go to your place of work, it's not difficult for you. There are times that you come out, there is no solution. Regardless of what you do, there are times you go in, come out, and you say, my God, what is happening with me? My head's just blocked and I can't really achieve it. But the next day you come back and there is a solution for what you're trying to achieve. So too with the IT industry. You know, these guys are just human. Sometimes they can come and they have a bad day, and tomorrow, the next day, there is the solution for it. But that's how it goes, and they build gradually because it's something that is really massive. It is not tiny bit or just a tiny piece of puzzle where you can just take it and throw it out there. Like Bob said, there must be compliance, there must be security. There's a lot of line of code. There is no room for error because little error like this is gone, can blow the whole place. Remember our CEO talks about bringing everything together. You know, the new data and the old data. How do you mesh all of this? Clean up the whole place. Now our CEO is telling us, when we log in, what will happen? You see the button, you log in. Told us 4 things. Log in. Maybe you see your profile because he said they can come in any order. You go in, check your profile. Make sure every information there is correct. The moment you see it, you go and check. The next thing, you check my teams. You know, you check it, and if it's okay for you, fine. You know your number of customers, which you already have. You can check it. It's okay, fine. You go into your wallet, check it. But we know there are founders who forget about this, and they will be checking something else. Oh, my old mail is not working. Oh, the old connect is just like, you know, sometimes we just have to listen to our CEO. He said 4 things, forget about the rest. Don't tell us about the color of the screen. Oh, the color is too dark, it's too blue. No, that is not what you're checking for. You know, you're looking for something specific. You know, when they say go in, click on that button, just click the button, forget about the rest. The rest, they already know about it. So like my brother Oliver said, let's follow instruction. Let's just follow the instruction of the CEO because what they are doing is so complex. We don't want to make their work again difficult for them. They already have enough to think about. Let us just do exactly what they have asked us to do. And if we cooperate and coordinate, you know, with our CEO and the team, everything will go seamlessly. Very, very nice. There will be no headache. But when we try to divert from what they are asking us to do, we are giving them more work to do, and they will never listen to us. You know, so, you know, Mino, I just want to thank you, but let's keep in mind it is coming, and it's coming very fast. Thank you.
Great. Fire, fire, fire at 3 in the morning even. Thank you. Thank you, Collins. So, commitment. Commitment is something that ONPASSIVE shows to its affiliates. Marty, it's your turn, my dear. You always encourage us in preparation of for the return of ONPASSIVE. You encourage us to work on our mindset and couple that with gratitude. And the other day, you just broke down what a true leadership features is, like uplifting everybody above your own head. That brings a sense of community to us. Unlike regular business that you may work for many years for a company, not even know who the CEO was, who the leader was. So if you would speak to that, please. Thank you. I know you don't need introduction by no means.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation. And I love everything everybody said. And obviously, we all think alike. So I'm going to run off of some of that. Mike was saying, that ASH is giving us, it's a give both directions. And he's right. I don't live up to what he's done for us. It's just impossible. He doesn't ask a lot of us. We all have a role. We all matter. I can look at everybody in the screen and say what they contributed so far. But I really believe how far we've all come is only baby steps of where we can all go. I just believe that. And, we're looking the comeback. Since I was in my 30s, I guess, I tried to understand or look at the world in general. You have to, I learned a lot by traveling around the world. But I was looking the other day, and this is going to relate to the comeback. 1 billion people. We have about 8 billion. 1 billion of those people live on less than $1 a day. That's bad enough. 47% of the world lives on less than $6.85 a day. Okay, and 85% middle class is $30 a day. There's $454 trillion of currency and different currency. The value of the planet is $455 trillion. Trillion. I can't imagine what that even looks like. The problem is the distribution of wealth. The root cause of poverty, it's inequality in income distribution, access to productive resources based on social opportunities. 7 in 10 people globally live on $10 a day. Half of the wealth in the planet goes to 1% of the people. Now, what I'm saying is the comeback, here's what this really means. That will never change. It hasn't changed since the industrial age came. It's not going that direction. Even at the baddest times for 99% of the people, and I'm talking US, I can't even imagine in other countries, when the things were the worst, 2008, 2029, most of those times, the rich got richer. They made money off of bad things. It's fact. What Ash is saying is, what happens when I take a large majority of the world and quadruple their income? Doesn't take a lot of money according to these statistics. What happens? What happens when you do that to a family that their whole life is survival mode, whether they catch a pig and slaughter it and share it with everybody in the village? What happens when you take a community and you put in where the wealth is shared to them, where they make $500 it's life-changing. It's absolutely off the chart. And the comeback of this company, and here's the thing, a lot of things we talk about and how we feel and what we see, we look like complete maniacs. Why? Because nobody can relate to what we're saying. It's not relatable. And the excitement for a lot of us, me, my biggest thing is, it's like I see it, I feel it, I know it, and it drives me insane because I want everybody to at least see what I see. And I don't see it all, but at least see what I say. And I drive that home every single day because I believe that the comeback, like Colin said, Ash said this, we're going to go back 2 years. We lost a couple of years, but did we really? Did we really? We lost time, but I want to tell you, and I've said this before, 40 years to go from Egypt to the promised land, and calculated at 3 mile an hour walk-in would take you 11 days. The crap was taken out of the people that didn't belong to be there are gone. Whatever happened overseas with the company, whoever tried to take advantage of our CEO, and he would be a very easy to target. Why? He trusts you 100%. He trusts you more than you trust yourself in some cases. So what happens? They try to get over. And then because he's forgiving, he goes even another step. Maybe he had trust in the wrong people. Obviously, he did. Maybe he had people that weren't qualified to get him to that dream he had, but he never gave up on them. He gave it everything he's got, and then finally, I can't do it. It can't be done. The dream that he had is crystal clear. The vision that he had is 2020 vision. You can see it in the last few weeks. You wait and see what's behind curtain number 3. That's how he's talking to all of it. You have no idea. In 4 years, the world will look different. He didn't say 40 years. He said 4 years. And I believe just by looking at what I'm seeing and just that initial crazy so-called launch we had a year ago, I saw the potential of what could happen. Blew me away. And now I'm looking and hearing, I don't see everything, but when you follow with your heart and you follow with your trust, everything's crystal clear. How do you know where we're going? Because I can see it. Why do you believe? Because he's a believable person. I believe him as much, if not more than most people in my whole family. Is he going to quit? No, he never gave himself a way out. Do or die is a pretty strict thing to say. He never said, I hope, I guess, I'm going to try. That's not even in his vocabulary. Like Mike Ellis said, he doesn't care about money. He doesn't like the idea that 1% own 90% of the wealth. Now what do? You set out 1 million Mother Teresas. They got a good sized pocketbook, okay, with a good heart. What does that? What happens from that? Remember, I'm telling you, a couple of years ago, Chris had that school where they lost everything. It broke apart, and because he's got a big heart, he started taking money to try to help them. Now, there was some crap I read, but I don't care, and he doesn't either. Well, what about us, and what about me? I don't care about that. There's a lot going on. He did it, but the impact of that will live on for hundreds of years. Here's why. Those little kids in that school are going to remember that somebody did something extraordinary. It will change the projection of their life because of it. And one thing about giving, it's very contagious. Penicillin won't get rid of it. Nothing. You give to somebody at the time they need it, something that they really need. It's almost automatic that the time comes they will give also. So imagine the comeback. And I've said this a million times. By accident, it wasn't on purpose. Amazon created 40,000 millionaires. What happens when you have a company that the only time asked worries about money is how much can he give you and me? Now I want you to picture these companies that you all know about. Go look them up. Net value. An $8 billion company, a $7 billion company, a $5 billion. Whoa, that's huge. Most companies don't make $1 billion a year. What happens when the comeback is 50 companies that make $1 billion or more, or 100 billion, or $1 trillion? Some of the products that we'll be involved with are off the chart value. I mean, off the chart. E-learning, it's $1 trillion business. $1 trillion. Talk to Bob, talk to Mike's brought it up. And just think of all the picture of a pinball machine. Everything in ONPASSIVE bounces from one thing to the other. And it magnifies the greatness of ONPASSIVE. You hit one person and you give them resources that they never had in their life. That person, in turn, because they live that way, are going to give to somebody else that never had it in their life. That person's going to do the same thing. So not only are you growing big, you're growing big fast. A snowball rolls down the hill, it covers a lot more ground the bigger it gets. At the bottom, it's a big freaking ball. And it might have started in your hand. ONPASSIVE is that way. But he's rolling down hundreds of snowballs. When he talks about changing things that you'll be able to see and hear in 4 years, guess who's part of that? Don't look behind you. I see some of you looking. It's you. We are a part of that. The comeback is with us. We stuck with it. I'm almost embarrassed to say I stuck with it. My big ask would have been here in New Jersey whether I ever saw ONPASSIVE or not. I'd be in the same thing. The big difference is I wouldn't have any hope for changing my future. The average business online, this is numbers. You like numbers? I'm going to give you numbers. The average business that comes online, 90% lasts 4 months. So now take a 4 month where you have the possibility to make money. Now add to that, you don't know how to run traffic. Now add to that, if you did happen to learn and build something around that, market that, brand that, that's 3 months. If everything's perfect, the very last week, you're going to be able to say goodbye. And guess what? You get to do it again because everybody's doing that now. We are in a business. I don't have to be told, oh, I think this is great. It sounds great. I believe in that. I'm way past that. The government went after them. And they did it on purpose. They launched it the week before we were going to go sell our first product ever. Guaranteed, they're rubbing their hands together and saying, watch what happens to them now. Freaking nothing happened. Whatever happened overseas, wherever, the team over there that whoever was involved that ransacked the whole thing and did whatever, they thought they were going to ruin Ash and the company. Who got the last laugh? We're coming back. Where are they going? Some of them are going to have this position. That's how you hold bars when you're in prison, okay? It's not a lot of fun, not a whole big life there. But my thing is, who has the last laugh? And you know what Ash says now, even though it was hard, I couldn't imagine what his family went through. Couldn't imagine. And like he said the other day, with all this crap, yes, people are dying, I'm finding out my best friends in here, family members almost like cancer, passed away, something, right? This going on and on and on. He has the same life. Well, he's going to this worst time. His sister loses a son by drowning while his mother's there. He would have never brought it up if he didn't hear it coming from other people. He wanted to let them know, I'm human. It happens to me too. But what does he do all that time? He makes it a point that when he comes in front of us, even if he was flipped over on the grill like a Big Mac, he always comes in with a smile and this upbeat, you're like, oh, it must be great. We didn't know that 5 minutes before that, he was beat the crap out of him. I'm not kidding. We know now because we're starting to learn who he is. But the character of that man, that's the comeback. It won't be 4 months. If this tsunami and this flood and this whirlwind of bullcrap didn't stop ONPASSIVE, we're not stopping. There's only one way this will stop. And you guys know what that is. Thank you, Jeane Alleva. The only one way. And guess what? I think God's enjoying ONPASSIVE. I think Ash was picked to do this because there's only one in a trillion that would. But I'm telling you, the comeback will be great for us. In fact, I'm so far past that. You know, oh, what about this? I don't want to think about money. And very soon, my thought will not be about money. I won't have to. And the same for you. I don't need anything paid. I'm not talking about that. The beauty of it is, I'm telling you, when you have these webinars with people overseas that have to walk 5 or 6 miles to get water and then pray over the water that it doesn't kill them when they drink it, can now go outside and turn on a faucet and water comes to them. That's not a lot of technology. That's simple crap. But because all the volume's in 1% of the world, they're never going to get it. I mean, we could say, well, they'll have a good heart and all these big guys with big money just fork the money over and get everybody out of poverty. You know what poverty is? You know what robbery and high crime? It's a bunch of young kids that have no hope. They got rotten educations. There's nowhere to go. The mom's working and he's by himself, the young kid, 13, 14 years old, with a bunch of other 13, 14-year-old kids. Look at the kids in Africa. They got education, highly educated, some of them. There's no job. There's no way to make them. ONPASSIVE's going to change that. ONPASSIVE's going to change that. I was talking to Bob Jacusi the other day about e-learning. Imagine a young kid in Bangladesh, India, or Africa gets on with a professor who comes from Harvard. And you know the thing about e-learning? The teacher comes on, I don't care if you pay him $5 a person. He's going to make more money from that than his whole lifetime of being a teacher. And the other beauty of it is, in school, you got 20 or 30 kids. You never get a one-on-one. Online, it's one-on-one. When that teacher's talking, that student looks up at him and goes, he's talking to me. That's powerful stuff. And then with technology, you're going to see kids that start doodling, and there'll be a little alarm comes up and say, Bobby, pick your head up. What are you doing? But all these things, it's there. And it sounds like, and I believe, forget sounds like, I believe Ash has met up with people that finally can deliver what's in his head and heart. His biggest struggle was, you don't know what I want. No, that's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. Had to be nerve-wracking. Had to be nerve-wracking. We know some of the stuff he said. To come out and they check a product, they have a demo. And I said, oh, there's one little thing wrong, nothing big. Fix that. How much time? A week. I'll give you 2, but make sure it's done. He comes back to us. Can't wait to give us good news. Guess what? 2 weeks, we're going to have that. 2 weeks later, he looks at the new demo, ready to go. It's worse than what he had 2 weeks ago. They're not getting blamed because Ash is protecting them just like he's protecting us. So he comes back and, okay, didn't happen. We got a little delay and all. That's not Ash. He gives them more than they needed, paid them more than they deserved, and gave them more help than they needed. In return, he got squat. That's where the bad name came. That's where things bad, where people, oh, we never delivered. That's not who he is. Trust me. The next part of our lives in ONPASSIVE will be, tomorrow I'll do this. And we're going to go, holy cow, what is that? That's what he wants. That's what he always wanted. So the comeback, we're coming back to something we can't imagine. We're coming back to what we all dreamt of, really, even bigger than that. When he said dream bigger, the problem was he needed a team that could live up to the standard of his dream and deliver it. They could not deliver what he felt and what he needed. And the sad thing is, I think at one point they didn't even try. I think they saw us as a kind-hearted money bank and let's suck out what we can. I don't know all the details, but that's what I think. Pisses me off. Oh, the money share, the money. Look, right now, I'm telling you, and I have if I didn't get any of the money I had in my wallet, this is me personally, and because of what I did before and on past, my wallet's good size, probably bigger than most. I'd give it all up just to know where we're going, just to be able to take the ride from here on out. He won't do that. He'll find a way, no matter how, to get it back, even if it was all taken. I know he will. But the point is, come back. It's more than come back. It's we're going where we should have been going. We lost a couple years. But if you look at it, if this didn't happen, where would we be? We'd be chugging along, dragging people with him that weren't qualified or not even trustworthy, trying to keep us motivated, us trying to keep each other motivated. Boom, boom, boom. And I really believe now, knowing what I see and hear, we'd have never got there. The man I hear now who did get beat up and probably lost $100 million, he's got gray hair now, everything. But if you look at it, he is really happy. He is hanging around the elite of the world. And guess what? Why would they join us? Look at his track record. We know who he is. Look at his track record. If you were one of the best in the world, would you join that maniac? No. You know what he did? He told him what the journey was, what he did, and what he wants to do. That sold him. I don't know this for a fact, but I know who he is. I know how he is. So no matter how much money, how powerful you are, how much money you have, what you can do, trust me, I've talked to a lot of millionaires. I have. And when they have everything, they got all the toys, they got all the different homes and all that. You know what they really want? They want to leave a legacy of some type that meant a difference. And I think Ash surrounded himself, surrounded himself with dream catchers. And with all of them combined, we're going to get dreams beyond anything we could imagine. So the comeback is going to be something we can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. And I'm telling you, we got to do 2%. He did 98, might be even less. The one thing we should do is when it happens and it starts happening, bless other people, and tell them why. Give them something. You know what you want to give them? Give them an affiliate position, set up a Zoom, OConnect, whatever the name of it is, give them a few things, pay for it. Here, this is yours. Because you just gave them a boat, you gave them fishing poles, you gave them the tackle box, and what happens? Because of who they are, they're going to do the same to one person who's going to do it to 3, who's going to do it to 20, and in 4 years, where will we be? That's how you change it. I'm sure he can explain it much better than me, but that's how I see it. That's why I'm excited. The comeback? Are you kidding? It's going to be a comeback that's epic. Epic. There was a while I said, I want to hear what happened. I want to hear who did what. Right now, I don't even care. And he's talking less and less about it. Because the focus he's finally getting to him, what he always wanted, is that dream of changing the world. And his tools to change the world is not on a platform, and it's not digital. It's called you. He's going to change the world with you because you're going to want to. He's going to free up your time, quit that job, free up your debt, and let you go out and do what you would do, because that's why you're here. We were all brought together by heart, because logically, this is stupid. Why am I here 6 years? Because I was looking for this all my life. Myself, Mike, and Dan could go out and make money tomorrow, and none of you know I was doing it. But I can't get what I'm going to get from ONPASSIVE. Not my wildest dreams. So that's where we're going, and that's what's up for all of us. So that's the best way I can explain the comeback. I think I'm done.
Mike Ellis, ready, set, go. I've learned you want to go after Marty. You're fired up. Go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying, good job, Marty. Yeah, you know, yeah, Marty, you were on a rant today, Marty. It was very, very good. You know, it's funny. Marty, Dan, and I, we talk all the time, and those conversations are privileged. We don't really talk about them to other people, but they're really the really neat, and Marty touched on some of it. They're the really neat conversations we have of the magnitude of what Mr. Mufara has done. And it truly is bigger than anybody here can imagine. And I know when I tell people wealth has to be created, people think in the back of their minds, well, what am I going to create to build wealth for myself and my family? And that's truly one of the miracles that Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. ONPASSIVE is going to create wealth that you can't even comprehend. Marty talked about $1 trillion market. That means we have a market that has an annual income of $1 trillion that ONPASSIVE could earn annually. Now, are we gonna take over those markets initially? No, but we're going to take over a big chunk of them. And that's only the start of the market. The market, and I won't get into how big I think it is, but it's much, much bigger than what I just said. Way bigger than that. And if you can wrap your mind around that, all of a sudden you start to and again, these are the things Dan and Marty and I, Dan talked about, we talked the last couple of days. I can't tell you what we talked about because it would just literally blow your mind what we think about. And when I think about it, we only have maybe 5% of what Mr. Mufara is doing. And in our mind, it is so massive, it's just uncomprehendable. But the markets of ONPASSIVE are so big and so powerful. And then you think what Mr. Mufara has done. Superior, superior, superior technology. And the tech guys know what I'm talking about. when you can do that and then offer it at a fraction of the cost, and there was a good example the other day. I read some things about Elon Musk, and he's coming out with a phone that's hooked up to Starlink, which I suspect will be kind of an internet thing. I really don't know. The tech guys know more about that than I do. But he came out with a very high quality phone, and it's $10. It's $10. Well, most people today, if you buy an Apple or you buy a Samsung or you buy some of the nicer phones, they're anywhere from $800 to $2,000 a phone. And think about coming out, getting a phone from Elon Musk that is just as good as the phones that are out there for $10. Well, that's Elon Musk. Ash Mufareh is better than that. And the quality of the technology that he's bringing out at the price that he's bringing it at, people are just, you can't imagine the number of people that will flock in. And it's not a matter of having a market of 5 billion people. Those are the amount of people that are online right now. Because each product that Ash brings out, okay, it's 5 billion. Another product is 10 billion. And it goes exponentially up and up and up and up. And that's why when we talk about markets, when we talk about $1 trillion market that ONPASSIVE has, we're really telling you just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much bigger than that. So I love to listen to Marty and Dan. Usually when they get on, I just listen because they're out in Never Land, and that's where I love to be, Never Land. And then to watch Mr. Mufareh bring it into reality, that's really a fun place to be. So we're all. It's such an exciting time right now. Just in a matter of days, it's not going to be weeks and months. It's going to be days, guys. Everything starts to come at us, and it's going to start. It's not even going to start slow. It's going to start, and then it's just going to continue to just cascade over us. And that cascading is going to be like, it really is going to be like standing out in the rain in Alabama. If you've ever been in Alabama, if you've ever felt the rain in Alabama, you go outside and it's like you're taking a shower. And a boy from Colorado going to Alabama and feeling that, it was just awesome. That's ONPASSIVE. It's taking a shower out in the rain in Alabama. It's just warm as you could get. It's just a great feeling. And that's what Mr. Mufareh is bringing to all of us. Minnow, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mike. I start this with a very calm and a slow pulse rate, and now I'm palpitating. After listening to Marty, to you, to Collins, to all of the speakers, and it just, the heart rate goes higher and higher of excitement. Thank you. Jeane Alleva, have you ever been so connected at heart with so many people at different walks of life? They talk about ONPASSIVE coming back, but mostly it was never gone. We only got closer at heart by our webinar and staying plugged in and engaged together. And it took Casey's death to know how close we just have been, Jeane. You always encourage us to lock arms. Engaging with community and staying active will be critical in leveraging our full potential. Why don't you speak to that, if you would, please, and say anything else you want. Thank you, Mike.
Wow, Minnow. Wow. Well, thank you. And thank you to everybody that already spoke. What you just said actually just goes right into the way that I look at this comeback, which is a phoenix rising from the ashes in so many ways. You know, we have, you know, a beautiful bird, the ONPASSIVE, beautiful plumage, all sorts of colors. And then you have the flames of corruption and betrayal and incompetence and everything you can imagine, the forces of darkness burning the wings of this beautiful bird It's lying in a heap on the ground, you know, held up by our love. And they stand there thinking they had us down. I'm sure they thought they burnt us to a crisp, but slowly the heart of Ash Mufara starts pumping more and more. And that one wing comes up and the next wing, and slowly but surely, this incredible beast of a bird comes out of those ashes, bigger, better, stronger, more beautiful. And we are a feather on each of those wings. We are, you know, all the different colors of the world, stronger, just magnificent. And I love what Mike said earlier, where he says, you are better than you think you are. And if ONPASSIVE does nothing else, it's to make us as human beings realize the God-given magnificence that's in each of us. That is really what I think Ash Mufara is trying to do here, is to pull us out of our own ashes and raise us up so that we can be our full magnificent selves, and then go out into the world and do what we're here to do. And so when I think of the comeback, it's just that phoenix rising. It's just such a strong image to me. And nothing, if they try and burn us again, we're just going to come back. I don't know if everybody knows the story of the phoenix, but its whole life is to burn and come back, to rebirth. So we are never going to give up. They can try all they want. It's not going to happen. And we have Ash Mufara to thank for that. And what I love about this rollout that he's doing is that in true to form with his character, which is loving, he's keeping it so simple, because he's not trying to lift, you know, all of us on the panel that are totally plugged in and all of that. And we all speak English here and all, you know, and we kind of know what's going on. No, he's trying to raise all of humanity, starting with 1+ million people that don't, that have English, if at all, as a second language, and are maybe not understanding everything that's going on. And he's not forgotten them. He's remembering everyone. So he is going to make sure every one of those steps is as crystal clear and simple as it possibly can be, because that's him. That's his love for us. And it's also showing love for his team. You know, not saying, hey, team, you know, we got a lot of catching up to do. Chop, chop. He's saying, no, let's do this the right way. How much time do you need? Okay, let's do that. Let's do it as quickly as we can, but as good and perfect as we can. And so it's just love everywhere you look at it. It's just respect for humankind. It's kindness. It's determination and absolute focus and faith to that original vision. And that is, oh my gosh, it just gets me so emotional and fired up. And I hope that when Ash looks at us, he sees his dreams fulfilled, because we are the fingers, the hands that will be going out into the world and fulfilling his dream is our collective dreams, you know? And so for me, I just see that, oh, that magnificent bird rising, and we are that bird. ONPASSIVE is that bird. And every iteration that comes out of this, every next phase, everything that is developed that is beyond ONPASSIVE, it's all part of that. And it's a blessing and a privilege to be a part of it. And as Minu said, we just had no idea how much we loved each other until we've lost people along the way. And it's overwhelming, but it does make us weave together tighter and more, you know, more beautifully, if that's the right term, so that when we move forward, we're going to be strong cloth, unbreakable, and just flying high. So thank you, Minu. That's all I wanted to say.
Beautiful, beautiful as ever. Francine, you are in Senegal and you are also in a crazy time zone. So we appreciate your presence here. We would like for you to say a few words on the ONPASSIVE, the big comeback. You will have opportunity in the future to translate each person's talk into French to reach out. But if you would just share with us your insight. Thank you. Thank you, Jeane.
Thank you, Minou, and I feel very humbled to be here. And after all the people who have taken the floor, I don't have much to add. I am really touched by all the words that were said, and I would love to come back to what concerns our personality and what we are supposed to bring to ONPASSIVE individually, regardless of who we are, where we are coming from. This is something really important because from this part of the world, we come to interact with very simple people who sometimes may lose their confidence. And ONPASSIVE has opened a door for hope, serious hope. And those people are just to give what they have the best, their heart. And those people love ONPASSIVE. Those people love Ashmufare. So encouraging them, as our CEO does whenever he comes to talk, is really something important and great. It's really great. Now, when we talk about the technical aspect of ONPASSIVE, I don't have much to say about that. But listening to the specialists who are here, the OTECH pros, I really I am impressed because I realize the machine we are having at hands in order to face poverty, to help us alleviate poverty. I don't see how to combine these technical aspects of IT to alleviating poverty. But what I understand is that there is a lot to take from there in order to help many people to open their eyes, to open their arms, and to give what we have the best, which is our heart, to give love. And I think talking after all I have heard here will just be too much. I love the spirit I have gathered in this meeting. I love to understand that we are on the right track, and we have been praying for that. We have been getting signs that the prayers have been heard. The only thing I would ask now is that we keep on very tight to one another with our eyes on the vision we are following, all of us, and remain really united in that vision in order to strengthen it and to make it stronger and stronger. I am confident very soon we'll be having smiles and coming here to say, this is the next phase we are going to help this, do that, because money is no more an issue. This is something we don't need anymore to talk about. Just we'll be here to reactivate what has been killed, because if we listen to the news today, everything is like collapsing. And ONPASSIVE is like Jeane just said a few minutes before, ONPASSIVE is the solution to that. And if we have taken this step back, it's because it is in the plan of, I think, let me say God, excuse me to take the name of God here. I think we could not start in a better time than where we are today. If we open our eyes, we open our ears, we open our heart, the world is in such bad shape. This is a time for the phoenix. This is a time to rise, and this is a time of ONPASSIVE. Thank you.
Thank you, Francine. Beautiful. Thank you. We appreciate all of your enthusiasm and effort you put in translating off and on everything you get a chance to put it out there for French community. Thank you so much. Noral, Miss Noral, you're one of the strong leaders that always shine the light, and you call it Diamond Within. We want you to put your insight in there for us. Collaboration is key. Working together will amplify our impact as ONPASSIVE takes the world by the storm. So if you would say a few words with us.
Thank you, Manu. Hello, everyone. I know that it's getting on for your night time, and today for me it's nearly 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm used to saying AM because I'm up late every night. But yeah, thank you for having me or allowing me to come on and speak. Thank you to all the other speakers. Sometimes for me in particular, and maybe for others, when we get into the technical side of things, it gets a little bit, oh my goodness, we're just happy, I suppose, as women in particular too. The men go out to work and the women look after everything else and make it happy and pretty and look after the kids. That's how I look at it, even though mine have left home. However, I'm just saying that, the technical side of things is really important. What Ash has shared, what is coming back. One of the things I wrote down is that, and a few people have spoken about it, when you stay the course, when you're here, when you've been here for as long as we have, doesn't matter how long that is, to the very last founder. It's something I suppose I've never done before in business, but when I thought about it, I thought when I had my florist shop, I went to work every day, spent the money, opened this florist shop, cost me 30,000, went to work every day, didn't get paid, hope that somebody walked through the door because I didn't feel that I had to do marketing at that stage, didn't have the funds for it, that sort of thing. And it's the same for Ash. Ash turns up every day, but only thing is it's, 200,000 times bigger than my little florist shop. But you do what you have to do to be able to create what you need to create or want to create. And that's something of quality, something of, ethical. I wrote down 3 words: trust, loyalty, and integrity. And I think if we hadn't have gone through this journey, if we didn't find those people who didn't relate to those words, to those values, then it would not be where we are. Marty says it all the time, and we all know it, things happen in our lives because it wasn't the right timing, wasn't the right person, as sad as what that is sometimes, because at the time we thought it was. However, when we look back, we see what was not meant to be. And I think as we get older and the more we tend to look back, and I say never look back, and unless you're looking at how far you've come. But every time you do look back, you see how far you've changed, how far you've come. The person that you've changed, I've changed immensely. Oh my gosh, I need to write a book just about how much I've changed since I came to ONPASSIVE. So those sort of things, I suppose it's about integrity, it's about loyalty, it's about trust. We trust one another. When we come together, and as we have done in a tight-knit way, when we lose somebody, to my Aussie mate, Casey, I believe he's being laid to rest today in Thailand, Bangkok. We send your family much love, and continued prayers. Also for his friend Dave Johnson. I want to say thank you for everything you have done, Dave. You have brought together a community where I think at times you didn't realize how much love we have for each other. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just saying that sometimes we see others and we don't know what's going on in their lives or what's happening. Dave was there and he's supported each and every one of us in our feelings around Casey and what happened, and now today the funeral. So please take a moment today to think of Casey's family and keep them in your prayers. I have one other thing, thanks to Marty and thanks to a 4 o'clock going to bed, because, you know, I'm like a dog with a bone. I can't put it down. Marty puts out a challenge. Nobody may have heard it. And he says, build on passive through giving. And then he goes, oh, I really like that. He said, oh, maybe somebody should make a video about that. And then he moves right on. Well, my ears here, somebody should make a video about that. But he's right. Build on passive through giving. You know, we all have that heart. We all stayed here because we have the heart. Okay. We didn't go anywhere else because nothing else is as good as nothing out there. I don't care what you try and sell me or tell me. Right? There is nothing out there like what we have, and that is that family bond. Now, I'm not a big Bible verse person, but today I'm going to share something because it came to me, and that's what I find a lot lately as these things come to me. It's in Galatians 5:13, and it says, you, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love. So I want to say thank you all. I love you all. I appreciate every one of you for being there for each other. There was one thing, actually, if you don't mind, Manu. Mike Ellis says, you are better than you think you are. And that rang for me, and I wrote it down because there are so many people out there that don't think good of themselves. However, just an extension on that is when we uplift others, we give them the courage and hope to be themselves. Now, yes, I am shining the light with my diamond within, and I'm finding that the people that get sent to me are the ones that are fearful, that don't want, I don't want to do this, Narelle, but I trust in them. I give them the hope. I tell them that they're worthy of this because their story is important, not just for me, but for the world. And one day somebody will come across that video and say, oh my gosh, I really resonate with that person, or I understand where they came from, or I had that same experience. So I just want to expand that the reason why we are together is because we lift each other up. If we were just off individually on some, online business, whatever. I've been in other ones before, and I've been in groups, forums where I answer questions and things like that. However, I found that the unity here is what counts. The unity of just being together, supporting each other, but please lift up another person because it will change their life. Thank you, Manu. Thank you, everyone. Love you all.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you. I see that Julie Wynn is here, but before we go to Julie, if I may ask Collins, it's crazy hours for you. If you'd like to add anything, we are happy to hear that. If you need to kind of sneak out, or no? Are you telling me no?
No, I'm good, Mino.
Okay, so with that, we go to Julie Wynn. Julie Wynn, please, if you speak to the topic, that would be amazing. And then after that, we go to other guests.
Thank you, Manu. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, I appreciate your kind words, Manu. Thank you. So the topics today has something to do with coming back, correct? For me, I agree with you 100%. It's not a coming back, but it is coming back because Mr. Mufara said, we are back, bigger and better, right? But to me, I feel that we are at the time right now where we are experiencing the transition and the transformation. So those two words, to me, they are very different. So transition is something that we are making the changes in specific areas in whatever we are experiencing right now. So I see that Mr. Mufara is making a transition in certain areas within the company, you know, in the past 6 years that we are experiencing. Basically, it's redefine that scope that he wanted to put it out. When we are making that transition, or when I see, this is my perspective, I'm looking at the company right now. When those transitions are happening, I believe that there is an improvement, like in terms of performance, in terms of processing, in terms of everything, without changing the core of the company. So now we're all sitting together and talking about what is the core of our company ONPASSIVE, right? So the core of it that we all share it here, lifting up humanity, giving the values back to the people, giving people the opportunity for all of us to have a better life, like, right? Giving us, you know, a chance to learn more, you know, expanding our mind a little bit. And also saving the times, because time is so important. We can never go back to time. However, ONPASSIVE has created something that is automated for us, right? And then the biggest thing for me being here, seeing everyone, we are focusing also on improving that relationships between humanity, right? And improve that efficiency, the things that we do every single day. So that transition for me, I see ONPASSIVE is so important, but we always building that core. We always keeping that core together. And that's what we are here today, is connecting to together. So all that transition, to me, it's transforming the entire process and the entire company, and it's affecting it in a better way. Knowing Mr. Ashmufara, he's making the transition, transforming the company. We are knowing that he is, in my eyes, perfection, right? He is perfect. He wants us to have everything that coming out to be perfect. And you know, I have spoken to so many people, you know, sometimes it's like 2-3 times a day. And today I talked to one of my sister that we connected through ONPASSIVE, and I broke down because I thought, wow, with all that he has experienced today in the past, you know, months and years, I can't believe the kind of energy, the kind of intention that he has. It's so strong, and no matter what it is, he's still here. He wants to deliver that to us, to humanity. And I literally broke down because I thought, who would do that? I haven't met anyone in the world that would do that for us. So this transition and transition and transformation, to me, it's so important because he's still here. He's still here. He's still committed. And not only that, all of us getting together, our relationships getting stronger and bigger, and more people are coming in. And it's so amazing how we are people from different walk of life, coming from different area, different level of knowledge, I guess, you know, different talents. However, how could we all blend it together like this? It's so strong. Right? It's so strong. When there is something happen, everybody coming in, and no matter what we do, you know, committed to each other, you know, and it's so amazing how we talk to each other every day, not us here, but we do talk to someone that we met in ONPASSIVE, and so many single one of them, especially the people that I spoke to, never veer away from ONPASSIVE, no matter how hard it is. They always say, ONPASSIVE is my life. No matter how long it takes, no matter the transition and the transformation it takes us, I'm always here. I'm always committed to be here. And that commitment and that intention, I don't think we can find it anywhere in the world. And so for that reason, I've always stayed in touch and stay committed and stay with appreciations to Mr. Ash, to the team, to the people that are involved, and to everyone, and especially Manu. You have stepped up, you've taken this platform, and you just keep going. And no matter what, and I've seen you grew and you grew and you blossom. And not only yourself, Manu, so many people in this, so many people that I see on here. And shining the light, heart-to-heart conversation, Diamond Within, and so many more. We just get to know more people. And the more we know people, we know there are someone out there just have a simple dream like myself. And my simple dream, simple. I just want to feed someone. I wanted to be able to cook all day if I have to, right? And I wanted to see the smile on that individual, no matter what, no matter where we are. I just want to see that face and that smile and say, thank you. It was good. I'm full. I'm stuffed, you know? And that's what I'm looking forward to do. And that's just my simple dreams. That dreams is so satisfying, right? That's very simple. And I said this before, many of us here, I do too. I just want to be an angel for someone. Show up, make a difference, and continue to check on them, make sure that they are okay. For that reason, I'm so blessed that I get to have this opportunity, and I don't think, thank you, it's enough. Therefore, I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to stop it there. I'm just very appreciative to be part of this global movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. You keep getting more beautiful every day. Thank you. Now, speaking of angels, how about we go to Sherry this way? Would you like to share a couple of words with us? Thank you. Thanks, Julie.
You did not make me go right after the other angel. Anyway, thank you so much for asking me on this platform. And this platform wasn't created. Actually, the ONPASSIVE ecosystem was created through Mr. Ashmafarn's lovely wife and family. And I never knew, we never went anywhere because we're all together here on this earth. I believe the comeback is more or less grabbing another person out there in the world, sharing this with them so that they can have more in their life, so that they can breathe easier. And it's not just about, it is about making sure they're fed and homed and fresh water and all that, but it also has to deal with up here. A lot of people are going through so much right now, way too much. It's on overload. ONPASSIVE comeback is to help the world to get this unloaded off of them. And it's already started, and a lot of people don't realize it. It's ONPASSIVE. It's us. It started with Ashmafarn, his lovely wife, and his family, and it spread throughout to us, and we're going to spread it. And I want everybody to know, I know everybody's going to know, I'm going to say this, that you are important. And I'm kind of like Narelle. Narelle and I think a lot alike. You're important and you matter. And your passion matters. Your dreams matter. You're so important and you matter in this world. Even if it's the knack of listening, do you know that's so important right now? We need to listen to each other. You need to be still and just listen. Whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 30 seconds. It could even be just 30 seconds. Passion of listening, or whatever your passion is. Maybe it's to sing. I don't know. Everybody's passion. Do you know that everybody's passion could drive to somebody else's passion or help them break whatever barriers they have in life? And back to the comeback. The comeback, we didn't go anywhere. We're just coming back bigger so we can share with the world to help our world be more loving, more peaceful, and more equal. Ash Mafar said he wants to leave this world in a way better place, much more better place than it is now, than when he came in it. He will do that. And it's not just him. It's his faith. I believe in the higher powers helping all this. It's not just him, but it's all of us who connect to somebody else, who connect to somebody else, who connect to somebody else, and so on and so forth. So the comeback is to help our world to be more loving and to be conjoined together. We're a diamond. We're gold. We will be put together and it will be so amazing. You're going to have to get your Kleenex boxes. You're going to have to get your pallet of Kleenex boxes, people, because it's already happening just here in all of us together here in ONPASSIVE. We've shared love. We've shared bad stories. We've shared things we're struggling with in our families, death, you name it, we've shared it here. And don't you think that somebody else in the world, maybe be your neighbor, maybe it be somebody you live with, I don't know, that needs to hear this. So ONPASSIVE is the comeback to help the world to be more positive, loving, peaceful, and equal. That's all I have. And by the way, I want to thank my angel, Julie and Terry, where prayers are for them, of course. And I do want to put a plug in for John White and Bill Musk, because they do the videos every day. And they do help me with my videos as well. So my hat goes off to them, or anybody who's done anything. By the way, anybody who's done anything in ONPASSIVE, a like, a share, made a video, you use whatever talent you have, a like, a share, and to our tech team, and to Ash Mafar and his lovely wife and family who've taken so much time out, tireless hours to work on not just my behalf, but to your behalf and the world's behalf. Who does that? Tirelessly hours to work on all our behalf to make our world a better place. I love you all. Thanks for Manu.
Beautiful, beautiful as always, Sherry. Thank you, sweetheart. So let's see what Myra has to say, and then if I may ask you if you like to speak, raise your digital hand. Myra, please.
Thank you, Minu, and hello, everybody. Well, everybody spoke so beautifully. It's always, I feel always like it's extra what I'm going to say, and sometimes I go off track because everybody has said everything already, right? But, you know, when I think of the comeback, I don't really think much, because to me, I never left. It never left. ONPASSIVE has always been there for me, in the front, in the back, you know, back office, in the backstage, with the curtains down. I always felt that I was there. This to me was just a pause because Mr. Mufara has been walking barefoot in an obscure and rocky path, sort of speaking, fighting so many difficulties and so much evil, you know, but he has been fighting with so much grace and dignity. And to me, ONPASSIVE never left. The greatest comeback is going to be because we're going to be, you know, touching again our back office, the products, and going back with all connect. And that's the beautiful thing. But to me, ONPASSIVE has always been here. You know, I just feel sometimes that this is the perfect time to use the slogan "to do or die." It never felt more right, because now in the greatest comeback, you know, we really feel God is in our side. And, you know, in the history of any business, we never saw anything like that. Somebody with so much strength and perseverance and conviction to reach the destination, you know, like Ash Mufara, you know. So it's just It's just God's work to me. It's like God really is in our side. And this is what I concentrate on, you know, and like I continue to do my thing with my patients, my little videos, and just entertaining myself and enjoying the moment, enjoying the journey all the way, because this is what it is. It's my journey. I even name my little channel, my YouTube channel, my mother's YouTube channel, you know, my life, my journey in ONPASSIVE, because this is what it is for me. And I'm going to go, you know, how walking in my journey, you know, accepting and living one day at a time, and also living my dream, because really ONPASSIVE to me is my dream come true. This is what I wanted. I wanted somebody to come with fairness, to treat everybody with respect, with love, and see everybody, you know, with the same eyes of acceptance and love, you know. And what else I want? And ONPASSIVE come back. ONPASSIVE is coming back. The greatest come back. ONPASSIVE has always been here for me. You know, that's what I've been. And one thing though, I'm going to have a little arrogance with the haters and the naysayers, you know, because I'm just going to have this attitude of arrogance, because it is going to be my sweetest revenge against all evil. And that's all I can say, you know. Even Ash mentioned once, you know, it's okay to have a little arrogance sometimes, you know. So with them, I will have my arrogance, because they don't defeat us. We work together. We support ONPASSIVE. We support Ash. We're going to be here from the beginning until the end, and that's why we're here now. So that's my 2 cents. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, beautiful Myra. Thank you so much, and we appreciate your amazing artwork and graphic. And you have a special talent and making videos by yourself, with Avo, with Gladys and Marcienne, and other ladies or guests. So we appreciate you. You're out there. You're the true leader. Thank you for raising your hand. Avo, it's your turn, huh? Can you unmute yourself? And Myra, if you would mute, please.
Yeah. Anyways, very much, Mino, and hello to everyone. Now what I would like to really see and say is that, you know, after hearing all our wonderful, wonderful people out here, the technical people like Mike, Dan, Marty, and everybody out here, you know, Collins, Oliver, Bob. You know, with all these people, what can we say? I feel that we can say nothing, because they have said it all for us, and they are still saying all. There are so many of us that speak from the heart, and they are the angels. Our angels are who? Ourselves. But portraying them out here, I'm just going to take not more than 2 to 3 minutes. It's Narelle, Jeane, Sherry, Francine, and I don't know if I've missed anyone, but I feel the most important person I've missed, Julie Wynn, who is my sponsor as well. So Julie, hi to you. And I would say that they literally speak from the heart. And I've learned from all of them. and from Minu as well. Because if it wasn't for Minu, today, I don't think anyone would have seen me here. Minu has done the highlighting, and from there, Marty has done it. Thank you, Marty. So, you know, it's because of all these people, we are being highlighted, we're shining as diamonds, and we can do what Ash has wanted us to do, a real comeback. Those who tried to take us away aren't doing that. Because right now we are shining and shining brighter than any one of them are ever going to be. Because even I would say Myra has been a real shining force for me, at least. Because I'm always set with Myra, everybody knows that, you know, she has helped me to come forward, to do what I'm doing, to take out. Earlier, I had a lot of negativities, people. I did. But she has helped me to come out of it. And because of that, I'm thankful and grateful to her. And I really appreciate everyone's, you know, here talking. They have done such a great job. What can we say or do to come back on this? I'm sorry, nothing. And the ones who are going to come in later are also going to be very good. I know Key is there. And then, of course, I've said Bob and, you know, Mamadou Williams, Dr. Benny. They're all very good. So I have no reason to, you know, go. The people out here are all people from the heart who are speaking and who are on here. And these are the people that Ash has always wanted him to support, because they are supporting him, because he's, like someone said, he's chosen from God. He's a chosen person. And if he wasn't chosen, none of us would have been here. None, I say. And I say that with a lot of conviction now, that he is who he is, and he wants us to be also that. So thank you so much, all of you. I would like to say thank you to Mino again, and thank you, Marty. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Abba. Don't say goodbye yet. G, it's your turn, huh?
Thank you, Minnow. Hello, everyone. If you'll allow me, I'm going to parlay this comeback with a little incident of what's going on in North Carolina. Mike, you brought up Elon Musk. And I don't know if some of you are aware, communication in western third of North Carolina is down. Families can't communicate. Elon Musk offered and brought his Starlink system to North Carolina. And I think this is some of what Ash is combating himself. Elon is offering humanitarian aid to the state of North Carolina, and the powers that be, whoever they are, won't allow him. FEMA will not allow him to implement his Starlink network in North Carolina. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. They're still pulling bodies out of the mud. They've asked for 200 more body bags today. Our government's not responding. That's evil. And I can't imagine what Ash has been fighting of this sabotage that went on within people that he trusted. And I think all of us would agree that, you know, we tend to trust our government. That doesn't seem to be the case today. The OTECH pros are here, and I want to bring up probably the smartest computer that we all know. And some of you probably don't know where I'm going with this. but the central nervous system within your body and your brain is without a doubt the most delicate, intelligent computer there is. You got the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic, the sympathetic, and the enteric. And I want everybody to try to do something because I think this describes Ash in a way. I want everybody right now to stop your heart from beating. Stop it. You can't. You don't think about it. You don't have to remind yourself, okay, heart, you got to beat. You don't remind yourself, I got to breathe. Once you start it, it doesn't stop. And I have a feeling that once Ash starts this, it's going to be like your heartbeat. You're not going to be able to stop it. I love you all. That's all I got to say. Narelle, thank you for mentioning Casey. I took that very hard, but God rest his soul. Love you all. Night. Julie, good to see you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. William Delorme, it's your turn, dear. William, if you come to your camera and unmute. If you need a little time, we go to Dr. Benny first. Dr. Benny, please.
Hello, Manu. I'm here.
Oh, okay, there you are.
I put on my camera. Yeah, I just wanted to say a few words, how grateful I am. I'm more than excited. I'm getting really bold. When I go into the Peril bus to go to places that I want to go and shopping, and I see people with no arms, no legs, that's how grateful I am, because it could have happened to me. And we see all this devastation. The world is really needing people like us. And my steps are really getting bold. I'm going out walking every day. And with my therapy, my walking is really improving. I'm going to be walking and not faint. Then I can run and not go weird. Do you see my sponsor in Georgia? Me and him doing business together. How wonderful that.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep crying. Crying is good. Crying is healthy. You're in the right zone. You're in the family. Okay, my dear. We go to Dr. Benny, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Miller, for giving me this opportunity. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to my brothers and sisters around the globe. I want to take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and every one here. Seriously, I really want to thank him, despite the fact that we have lost some of our brothers and sisters within this company. But I just want to say, may their soul rest in perfect peace, especially our brother Casey. The reason I call his name is because he always smiles with me, with everybody. I want to thank God also for sending an important individual to you and I, and his name is Mr. Ash Mufare. I pray that all of us, we can just create some time and to pray for him, for his good health, to make sure that We just want him to be happy because of his determination, knowing that ONPASSIVE is coming back. Despite the fact that I know it did not go anywhere. Why did I say it didn't go? It's because we have been attending meetings upon meetings, webinars upon webinars. Before I proceed, I just want to thank those who spoke before me. I appreciate you guys. The knowledge that you all have within this company is overwhelming. Thank you so much. Like I said, with this coming back, it is very important to everybody. It's making our brand ambassador, or should I say affiliate, for them to be excited. You know, to me, you guys notice that I smile all the time. I am excited because there is no other company like ONPASSIVE. The type of things that our CEO has done, no other CEO can do such a thing because of the love of humanity that he has for us. The reason why this company has come back is because, like I said, it didn't go anywhere. The company is really, I don't know about you guys. I just know that this company is owned by our Heavenly Father. He gave it to Mr. Ash Mufareh because Mr. Ash accepted his calling, and he made that statement that either I do or I die. He is here to correct corruption, eradicate poverty, and to uplift humanity. So what I know coming back with this company is to evaluate the business, is to reassess the target market that will be coming soon, to analyze your market demand, to review the brand names, and to create the goals that will be happening pretty soon. Design a strategic plan that is going to be happening, to implement this strategy, to collaborate, right, with each other, to measure the outcome. As we all know, everything is going to work out. You guys do understand what Bob said about, no, I think it wasn't Bob, Oliver, that he talks about an insider threat. As we all know, an insider threat, it is a person who has had an authorized access to a company or any organization, resources, including what? Personal, the facility, the information equipped with the network, right? With this, the challenges that our CEO has undergone, guess what? He is very happy. He is determined. God has given him that strength. And because of the love that he has for all of us, God will do whatever it takes to make him happy, for you and I also to be happy. Everything is coming back. We will go back to our ecosystem. Guess what? A lot of our brand ambassadors or affiliates, they have been complaining about, oh, ecosystem. Now, you guys, ONPASSIVE has come back. You guys will go back now and start logging into that ecosystem. And I know you'll be happy. Thank you so much, Miss Miller, for giving me this amazing opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Benny. All right, we have a last raise of hand. We have Mamadou. Share with us your thought, and then we go to Chris Johnson to wrap it up. Mamadou, please.
Yes, Miss Mino. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my beloved family. Miss Mino, thank you. The comeback, coming back of our great company. Listening to all my previous speakers who has spoken eloquently about our company ONPASSIVE. I don't have much to say again. I just want to thank them very much, for giving us everything that we need to know about ONPASSIVE. And I just want to say we are blessed. We are really blessed to be in a company called ONPASSIVE, a company that is here to uplift humanity, a company that is here to make sure my life, my family's life, my communities, my country are transformed. A company that is here to do everything you can think of for me. It's given me a total business that I never dreamed of. Oh my goodness. The company that will do everything for me, giving me a business and telling me, oh, this is the type of business that you are doing. And not only that, they make sure they provide for me the product that I am going to sell in my business. And guess what? They will turn around again and sell this product on my behalf. I don't have to do nothing. The only thing this company wanted me to do is just to give 2% of my time. The time that they require from me is just to know how this business is going. That's why I said I am blessed. And I believe you and I and everybody who will be in this business is going to be blessed. Please, I just want to appeal. Give yourself the time you need just to know your business. Imagine some of us are employees. I always echo that. Some of us are employees. We work 24/7. And the work that we are doing, we're doing it for somebody's business. We're promoting somebody. Why can't you take this opportunity to give yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes for your own business, just to know how it is going? Because the company, the business we have, imagine the 8-point-something billion people in the world that are going to plug into our business. If you don't know how this business is going, imagine the changes that we all will be having. Your friends, your family members will be asking you, hey, Jalo, what is going on? I'm seeing you driving. I used to see you driving a Toyota Corolla. Now you are driving this car. What's going on? Oh my goodness. Please take your time. Give yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes. As for me, October 26th will make me 4 years in this noble business. And the only thing I have to do is to know my business. That's why since I became a founding member of this business, I have given my time for myself, because I know I give 98% of my time to somebody else's business. So I reserve the 2% for myself. So please do the same, and your life will be changed. That's the only thing I'm appealing to everybody. Please give time for yourself. We've given enough to somebody's business. Give yourself 2% of your life, please. Thank you very much, Ms. Mino.
Thank you, Mamadou. Thank you. Always positive, always something to ask. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, it's going to be almost 3 hours, not quite. So we're going to let you wrap it up, buddy. Dr. Love.
I don't know who made, I don't know who made that decision to wrap it up. I apologize. I am very late. Busy day for me, busy tooth and busy Tylenol. Kind of knocked me off my feet a little bit, but that's okay. You know, I got to catch a few of you talk, and I will watch the recording. You know, I can honestly say I got nothing because I know I have everything. Watching some of the posts that are being put out, the videos. I know Norelli's been smashing it. Miss Myra is smashing it. I love it. I didn't know Whitney Houston was showing up. Oh, that's Dr. Benny. Sorry, Dr. Benny. You look really amazing. I just seen a guy on here from Alaska I haven't seen in a while. I love that. It's nice to see Ava Diaz on here. No, she's not talking to me on the phone. Hi, Ava. Hey, tell him I said hi. And I'm excited. I think you all sound excited, but don't see the smiles like I normally do. I don't know if you're in shock and awe. And I'm not gonna lie to you. There really is not a lot to smile about in this world, but ONPASSIVE. So that gives me it gives me hope. It gives me a celebration that the faith that we all have had for ONPASSIVE through Ashimafara is pretty damn strong. Excuse my French, but it's pretty damn strong. We still have I call the 100%ers who come on these webinars every day, who show up on lives, no matter whose they are. They always show up. Why? Because they have the faith that this company is going to completely change their lives. You've heard a lot of us say it. It already changed my life. And I'll say it again. It's brought me closer to God. And a lot of people say, can you explain that? Yeah. Yeah, I always talked to God, but not this much. I always believed in God. Always believed in God. It brought me closer to him because I believe he put me somewhere where I know I'm going to be able to help a lot of people. And that was really what I think God, Jesus' plan was, to bring people down, bring us together. What did he say? Jews and Gentiles. He wasn't looking for perfect people. He ran into a bunch of sinners. That's what he was, the doctor. He wanted people to come to him because he wanted to heal them, and he didn't care who you were. You know, that's pretty cool if you think about it. I don't even care if you don't believe in it. It's one heck of a story, even if you don't believe in it. It's been hanging around for over 2,000 years. All right, ONPASSIVE's been here for 5 years, and yet the story has not begun. We have a journey, but the story has not begun yet. And I, for one, can't wait to be part of this story, to be in the first chapter, the last chapter, the middle, knowing that this dude here and all you cats and ladies out there were part of something that none of us really shouldn't be here. One guy said, come on, think about it. Who are we? Without ONPASSIVE, my name is Chris Johnson. I am a retired auto worker and a good friend and a good father and a good family member. I'll give myself that. But without ONPASSIVE, nope. And there's a few people that know all of our names. That's going to change. 20 years from now, this picture will be somewhere saying these were the founders of ONPASSIVE. These are the people that believed in what this gentleman Ashmafar was saying. These are the people that had faith enough to believe in something when at that time there was nothing to believe in but God. So I pray for the world right now. I support life, no matter where you are. I don't support hate. I don't support negative. But ONPASSIVE took all the negative out of my life. I come across a few things once in a while that I gotta bite down on the tooth. That's probably why my tooth went bad. So you got to bite down once in a while. I'll use that thing. Sometimes you got to turn the other cheek. That's not easy to do. I don't care who you are. I'm going to say Jeane would be the only one who really says, I'm turning my other cheek because she's so positive. And I love that about her. But, you know, there's ways that you can punch back, but you can do it positive. I believe, and I'll say it, Jeane don't like me saying this word, I believe in killing people with kindness. Do I get angry? Yeah, I get angry. But I look at it as I really have no reason to be angry. No matter what goes on in my life, good or bad, I don't have any reason to be angry. There's no reason at all to be angry. When I came to ONPASSIVE, it took me a while, but I found that out because I talked to thousands and thousands of people all over the world who maybe had a right to be angry of their situation or what's going on in their part of the country. And I pray every single day for those people. Yep, Casey Zevenbergen, you'll definitely be missed. Part of life, again. He's somewhere probably looking down and he's probably laughing at me, calling me all kind of funny names because that's what he did every day. And that's pretty cool. So, but I'm a proud human being to be part of something with all of you that's going to be so big. And again, the story is just about ready to get started. And it'll be written and it won't be forgotten. It'll be shared everywhere. And people from all over the world will know the company name, your names, and what we're about to do. They're not going to listen. We've been talking about this for a long time, and I'm almost done, Minnow. I apologize. I know you guys are tired. We've been talking, me 4 years, some of you 5 years, some of you 6 years, some of you 2 years. I don't ever have to say I told you so. Like Mamadou was saying, when they see me driving my car, you gave them an opportunity, Mamadou. When they see you driving their car, they're going to say, man, maybe I should have. And they still can. I'm never going to say I told you so, but I'm going to say I brought it up to your attention. I wish you would have kind of jumped into it then, but you still can. I don't want to show arrogance, even though I liked what Myra said. Yep, I like when people talk about arrogance because everyone's got a little bit of arrogance in them. I wouldn't say I'm arrogant about ONPASSIVE, but I'm damn proud of it. I really am. And I'm proud of all you for doing this on a daily basis. And it's not always easy talking every single day about ONPASSIVE. And then I thought, yeah, it is. It is easy talking about ONPASSIVE because I have all your stories I can relate to because I like relating to real stories. But our Indian family is now waking up, I see.
Okay, let's.
It's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Never apologize. Listen, people from all over the world just want to get onto these webinars. Sometimes they don't know their mic's on, their camera's on. They say anything. I don't think it's out of rudeness or they just came on because they're excited too. So I want to thank you all. I want to ask for prayer continually in your life for good things. I don't care what's going on in your life, whether it's death, sickness, monetary. Keep praying. God is a really good friend. He tells us no once in a while. But man, if I didn't have him, I really wouldn't have anybody. I love y'all. Thank you for making me go last. I don't know why, but I'll see you guys in the weekend. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, Chris. Marty, do you need to say anything? Thank you so much, Marty, for all of your support. Everybody here, Minu is nobody without you. So Marty made a beautiful logo for our Friday, and the name is Ominu. So kudos to you. Thank you so much for everybody's support. If nobody has anything else to say, we're going to say good night.
Good night, John Boy.
Love you all.
Love you all. Thank you.
Night, everyone.
Have a blessed
Night.
day.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Good night.